Binadamu wanashangaza sana, binadamu wameniweka kwenye kona bila plan, imani kwao sina imeranda. Binadamu wanashangaza sana, binadamu wameniweka kwenye kona sina plan, imani kwao sina imeranda. Nijifiche kusini ama nyende mitini, nawekwa chini nifanye nini mimi? Nyende mjini nirudi kijijini, niwache dini nipambane na kitu. Nilinde we, naomba unilinde we, wamekuja kuniwinda we. Nilinde, nilinde we, naomba unilinde we, wamekuja kuniwinda we. Nilinde, oh yo, oh yo, oh. Nina toka.
Hey there, you're tuned to Shine FM 99.5. I'm your host with the most, Deborah Guaro. And with me here is my co-host.
Yeah, what's up, good people? My good name is Esther Intabo.
And we're thrilled to be your captain for today. So buckle up because we are driving headfirst into a conversation that as spicy as your favorite playlist, which is the high cost of living in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you for being here.
Thank you too, Deborah. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. How's your day been? I'm very well.
My day has been okay so far, so good.
Yes.
I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
I thank the Lord.
Okay, thank you. I also am very grateful and glad to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So, awesome. Now, imagine this. You are navigating through life and boom, the government is big on taxations with new taxes hitting headlines of news every day. Your finances are unstable. Your prices of things like food, electricity, and fuel are constantly on the rise. You have to survive and worse, provide for those who depend on you, like your kids. Such a hard puzzle, don't you think?
Mm.
Recently, Trends and Insights for Africa, known as TIFA, dropped a survey that shows a whopping 84% of Kenyans think our economy is doing worse economically compared to 2022 last year. Can you believe that? But wait, there is more. The survey reveals corruption takes the silver medal at 15%, debt repayment at 8%, and opposition pressure at 4%. This is not all. It also said that 87% of Kenyans who have cut down on personal expenditure due to their hard times. We can really see that this is the new shift that is happening, Esther.
Yeah, true.
People are complaining. I don't know if you saw just recently on Jamhuri Day when the president was talking about the high cost of living.
Yeah, and the president was saying so far they've really tried and to stabilize the Kenyan economy.
Yeah.
But Kenyans are still wondering whether it's true what he was saying, or they're yet to see what the manifestos, all that they were trying to tell us during their campaign period, they're going to implement it.
Yes.
So we are just on the watch out. We are looking out whether the economy is where they're saying it is, or whether we still have a long way to go in terms of stabilizing the Kenyan's economy.
And that's why we have amazing guests today who will take us through their documentary to give us more input as we talk about the high cost of living. So if you listen to President Ruto's speech during the 60th Jamhuri Day, he dropped some bits about 6.8% inflation rate, down from 9.2%. But is that the tune on the streets? We'll be interested to know what are people saying, and we are about to find out. So today, this day, Esther, we are unpacking the state of the economy for many Kenyans, with our main point of reference being a documentary done by our amazing Daystar students from the School of Communications.
Wow, let me give them a
give a round of applause for our amazing students. So they have gone behind the scenes to bring us the tea on the reality on the ground. And Esther, it will be interesting to see what they have for us, and we'll be introducing them shortly, Esther. So today, my people, without further ado, let's welcome our amazing guests in studio today, the media students from the Media and Aesthetics class, whose instructor is none other than the amazing Dr. Rosemary Nyaole. Everyone, round of applause for our amazing teacher. So, Esther, what are the special guests saying? Karibuni, everyone who are tuned in. We'll be waiting to hear your input.
Yes, we have amazing students from Daystar University.
Yes.
And we also have the ones who took part in making this documentary. We have the editing team. We have the camera personnel. We have their producer. We have the team, some of the guests that they got to interview during their production process. And we're also going to get a few feedback on how the journey was for them, and we are also going to get to know the reason as to why they chose to do such kind of a documentary, and why specifically this topic, because it's an issue which is affecting most of the Kenyans, leave alone only the students or any mama mboga out there you'll find in the market, but it cuts across everyone.
Indeed, that's very true.
Yeah.
So now we'll give it to Esther to tell us who are joining in, what are the guests that we have for today, what are they saying, and karibuni everyone. We shout out to everyone that is joining and the amazing people who did that documentary.
Shout out to everyone who is listening in. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Mary Chumba. We have Alfred Chomba. We have, actually, I told my sister to tune in. Shout out to Isabella. Shout out to Lucy. Shout out to Dr. Rosemary Kowal from Daystar University, and all the Daystar fraternity that are listening in today. And I would just like to read a comment.
Yes.
From one of the editors, and I think the guy was also part of the camera crew that was doing the production. And from him, he says, his name is Christopher Silwembe. He says that the narratives from around Kenya and indeed from the government points to two factors, which are, number one, the global pricing of crude oil, which is now stands at $74 per barrel, and the government has repeatedly attributed the high cost of fuel to such kind of factors. And number two, he's saying that the depreciation of the local currency against the USD, as per now, it stands as $1, which is equal to 153 Kenyan shillings, imagine. And what this means is that our local currency's purchasing power is in a deplorable state, and for now it is very expensive to import goods and services. And for those who are able to import, they only have an option to increase the prices to their customer. Consequently, they need like 1,000 Kenya shillings. People will get less commodities than what they used to get for. So these are the two main reasons that he's giving us that are the main cost of high cost of living here in Kenya. And for him, his opinion is that the high cost of living has been occasioned by the government's poor taxing strategy, which we can say we have seen a lot of citizens complaining about the number of taxes, or everything is just being taxable right now in Kenya. And with the currency purchasing power of the Kenyan shilling, it is very unreasonable to just subject Kenyans to such kind of tax levies. That's one of the production personnel from that documentary, Deborah.
Oh, okay. So now I will do the honors of recognizing everyone, the team, the cast that was involved in the documentary. And we have the VOA, who was Anne Akuch. We have the script writers and supervisor, where it was Anna Kuch and Vanessa Valerie. The camera personnel were Alfred Chomba, Mary Chumba, Deborah Guaro, Adolf Mudekereza. And then there's the DOP, who was Alfred Chomba. Sound and lighting team, where there's Mary and Deborah. Editors, there's Mary Chumba, Joe Mwiru, Christopher Silwembe, and Christine Mutuma. For continuity, there was Joe Muru. Transport and logistics, Christopher Silwembe. Locations manager is Christopher as well. And the producer is Esther Intabo. And the amazing executive producer was none other than Rosemary. Yes. Yeah. So now that we know the cast of this amazing production, which will be telling everyone to tune in, because it's something that is a very worthy cost. So, all right, team, the high cost of living is surely a hot topic, and one that I believe labels the crisis of our country is going through now. The media, who is you, are at a better place to do a reality check for us. So one of our guests is Christopher, there's Adolf, there's Alfred, there's Chumba. And our questions to you will be, and Esther, you'll take us what they are saying. What would they say is the main reason for the cost of living?
So we'll get to read from them.
Yes.
As they continue giving their comments.
Yes.
But I guess we just have to go for a short musical break.
Yes.
Then we come back, we get to read on what the guests are saying together with the rest of the crew members. Yes.
As we break in for the music, kindly please give your input. What do you think is the main cause of the cost of living? Thank you.
African melody, there is no God like you. Like you. No God like you. No God like you. I've been to the east, but I never seen no God like you. No God like you. I've gone to the west, but I never seen no God like you. 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 Sijatoke mola nilikupa, chozi langu nalo ukalimuta. No God like you. No God like you. Jesus, you're the answer. Every time I call you, kneeling on the altar. Baby, to know you, dear Lord, you open up the doors to my life. Said you open up the doors to my life. Ain't no lie, dear Lord, you bless me. Ain't no lie, dear Lord, you save me. Ain't no lie, dear Lord, you bless me. Ain't no lie, I remember ain't no lie. To the east, but I never seen no God like you. No God like you. I've gone to the west, but I never seen no God like you. 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 Love check, favor check, dear Lord, may you reign. Blessing check, grace check, dear Lord, make them reign. Love check, favor check, dear Lord, may you reign. Blessing check, grace check, dear Lord, make them reign. No God like you, when I'm feeling low. No God like you. No God like you, I'm gonna hold on tight. No God like you. I've been to the east, but I never seen no God like you. No God like you. I've come to the west, but I never seen no God like you. 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 No God like you when I'm feeling low.
Niajeni wase, tunajua mmekuwa mkitamani sana tuendeleze discussion ya childhood trauma. Basi this week tuna discuss domestic violence and tuna tackle effects au madhara ya domestic violence kwa familia na haswa kwa watoto. So join us. I am Estiel Yamumo.
Nami Stella Alex.
Ndani ya Washa Njia, ignite your inner fire.
Over 7 billion people, yet you still love me so much. Over 7 billion man them, yet you still treat me this way. Over 7 billion people, yet you still love me so much. Over 7 billion man them, yet you still love me. So who am I that your mind so full of me? Who am I when you think of me every day, every day, every day? 'Cause every night and day you just think of. Even if I be a wax song, they still sorry, yeah. When I think way back and reason where you brought me from, when I think of hunger, where you knock me way back then, when them say I no go money, when them say my pikin I no go carry, I just look at them and laugh, yeah. I saw the heavyweight garden, heavyweight garden. It's a heavyweight garden. In all your ways, champion when you enter the place. I give it by you, did the waves the rest. 7 million people and you put me first. You made the public show of the enemy. Just to come and give me victory. Champion God, number one God. God the full possibilities. Oh, my Lord, my Lord. Yeah. And nothing to compare to what you have done for me.
Welcome back and thank you for keeping it locked to Shine FM. So, Esther, before we took a break, we had asked for people to give their input on the main reason of the cost of living. So, what are people saying, Esther?
Yeah, sure, because I can see people are listening in. I have Mary Chumba from Baringo County.
Wow, karibuni sana.
Wow, thank you so much, Mary Chumba, for tuning in. We are just waiting for to hear what you guys have to say about this topic and the high cost of living. You've heard what we had shared earlier about the president's remarks during Jamhuri Day, and we just want to know, what are your thoughts? Are you affected with this rate of economy? Are you okay wherever you are? The kind of business, the kind of job that you work, probably an 8 to 5 job. What are your thoughts, or what do you think about the state of the economy in the country? And so let me read here from one of the crew what they have said.
Yes.
There's one, Adolf Mudekereza.
Karibu Mudekereza.
And shout out to you for tuning in to Shine FM 99.9. And this is what he is saying.
Yes.
Because he is saying he also took a role in the documentary production project. And for him, as a cameraman, who was in charge of the shots and being directed on where to place the camera, the type of lens they're going to use, the sequence they have to shot. And this is what he is saying that might be the main reason for the high cost of living in Kenya. Because he's saying what must be recognized, first of all, is that Kenya is certainly not the only country to be affected by the crisis that is raging throughout the world today. But looking back at the main factors which have led to the current cost of living in Kenya, this is what matters according to him. That according to Kenyan political analyst, this was done Shibia in the year 2023, with the real profits growth falling by 2.7% on average between 2020 and the year 2022, that the profit growth rate today is falling below the inflation. And as a result, the prices of basic necessities, they have begun to rise, and such as energy, the transport sector, and food today, they are becoming difficult for Kenyans to pay because the incomes are not increasing as much as the prices of these basic necessities are increasing. So because of this low income, I think so, or the low whatever they're being called, the low income rate, because the which are being received by the Kenyans, we have to return to the questions of the very recent origin that the drought, which continued from up to 2022, because at this time we are just experiencing the rains, what was termed as El Nino rains. And on the other hand, the war between Russia and Ukraine might be the cause of the high cost of living that we are all experiencing as per now. And as for him, the two main triggers for this cost of living, number one is that the convergence of factors continues today to disrupt both the food supply and the growing dependence on imports. And also the same convergence of factors which should be noted that which may have contributed to the depreciation of the local currency against commercial currencies, mainly the euro and the US dollar. So therefore today it just becomes very difficult, if not impossible, to just import processed products like the wheat. We used to see that the president was saying they're importing fertilizers, and we also see edible oil and such kind of stuff into the country, because they have to import in large quantities, and they mostly come from this country, that is Russia, and also they come from Ukraine. And he says adding to these factors is that the rise of oil prices in the world market may have contributed to the inflation of the local price to date. I can see, Deborah, from what Adolf is saying and from what Chris is saying,
yes,
they are reading from the same script, because the currency, the US dollar against the Kenyan shilling, it is really worrying. And
yes, it is indeed.
$1 at this time, it just it goes for around 153 Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
So it means that this is a major issue, or this is a major concern that people have to look at, that the depreciation of the local currency is really worrying to a lot of people. And it means so we have to import a lot of things, and importing a lot of things, including the food, the basic commodities, it is going to cost a lot of money. And at this time, the way he was saying that the income is not really as much as the way the basic commodities prices are every day increasing. So we have to really consider about the local currency against the USD. So this is just from Adolf Mudekereza.
Thank you very much for your input. Please keep bringing them in as we continue. And probably before we get to the main theme of the day, which is going through the documentary where our lovely guests are in today to give their input on how they walked that journey, perhaps maybe we ask Esther. So the president, during this 60th Jamhuri celebrations, which was just recently, he said that Kenyans, from the economic point of view, is on the right track. So my questions to you would be, what do you make of that statement? Do you feel it has done enough, or what is your statement? I would be really interested to know what our guests are saying about this. Perhaps
me,
they answer, Esther, what do you think?
Okay. For me, I would say because we also saw on the news recently that the president and the vice president, they were really colliding or clashing with this issue, because at one point Rijiji was saying that the economy is really bad, and we saw that the president on another hand was saying that the economy they're trying to make it better, and right now we are far much of better than where he took the country from. And so for me, people are not really feeling what the president is saying, because they've not really felt like the prices or the commodities they have they have dropped in terms of prices, because every day we are seeing the prices of oil is just adding up and adding up. We saw it was from 111, today is 117, and so for me, I still feel there's still something that needs to be done.
Absolutely.
Or we are not yet there, but I believe slowly by slowly we are going to get there.
Yeah, it's all about positivity again. So what are people saying on that question about the recent Jamhuri celebration remarks by the president?
Okay, I can see Mary Chumba. She is saying rather,
Karibu
for her, that the main cause of high cost of living is attributed to the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, she is bringing in a different angle from what we were not seeing from the two previous commentators, and she is saying that development funds, they had to be reallocated to the emergency sector, and the government is really trying to get those funds through revenue collection and taxes. I believe that's the reason as to why nowadays people are just taxed for a lot of things, or whatever it is that we were being taxed on previously, it has increased, or some of them it has even doubled up. And she's saying that the government of Kenya has promised to improve its state of the economy, reinforced by the government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which is geared towards the economic turnaround and inclusive growth. But then again, it is targeting Mama Mboga, it is targeting the boda operators and all the common Mwananchi people at the bottom of the economic pride. But one thing I would love to point out, Deborah, because I just saw a snippet of that documentary which you are going to play on air later on.
Yes.
Because I saw these students, they really went to a level of looking for this Mama Mboga, looking for this boda. And it's really important to get to know how these people are surviving, and just talking to them and realizing, because the economy or the economic status of this country, most of the people, they are these Mama Mbogas, or they are these boda operators who are not really getting a lot of income, because they have to get every day. They just have to look for their source of income through on a daily basis, and they are not getting tired, because you just see Mama Mboga who is selling her tomatoes, ako pale anakatakata mboga even up to 11 p.m. because they have to get the money. True. And you'll just find that they're being taxed also, and they have to pay some amount, maybe weekly or even monthly, to just sustain them, or to sustain the government in terms of the kind of taxes or which the government is calling the revenue collection through the Mama Mbogas and the boda operators. Yeah.
Anyone else was saying something about the recent President Ruto's remarks?
I can see Alfred. Thank you, Alfred.
Shout out to you, Alfred.
And he is saying that the government should do more to caution the people from high cost of commodities. And he is saying from the previous government, which introduced the subsidies to fuel, which helps to stabilize fuel costs, because fuel is everything. If the fuel goes up, then definitely we are not going to buy that tomatoes, we are not going to buy that orange at the normal price, which for example, if it's being imported, they are going to the ones who are selling these commodities, definitely they are going to increase their prices. So fuel is a really important thing. It's a major thing. It drives the economy of a country, over state to where it's supposed to go. So that's one of the
Oh, thank you very much, Esther, and thank you everyone for the people who are giving in their input on what we are asking. So now to the business of the day, Esther, the documentary.
Okay, there's another comment that just streamed in.
Okay, yes.
Christopher Silembe is saying that concerning what the president said during the Jamhuri, he says that the country's economy is good, basing on the current inflation rate, which is at 6.8%, down from 9.2%, which is slightly a good number. In his view, he says that the statistical figures are irrelevant if they have no practical implications on the ground. And yes, the inflation rate now stands at 6.8%, yet the purchasing power of our local currency remains the same. So it is therefore a mockery, to tell the ordinary Kenyans that the economy is good when the currency's purchasing is still low. Oh, wow. Thank you, Christopher. So you can...
So now, as you were saying about the documentary, Esther, I understand you were able to meet with some of them prior.
Yeah,
so take us through some of them. What did they tell you inspired them to choose this theme for the documentary, and what did they hope to achieve?
Okay, for them, the reason as to why they drove to this topic, the high cost of living, because it is a major issue. It is a major concern to everyone. When you go out to the streets, from the media outlets, everybody is talking about the state of the economy. Everybody is just, I can say, crying because things are really tough for everyone.
It sure is.
Income, it's really very low, or some they have no jobs. Even for the students themselves, they are really trying. If, for example, people used to pay some amount of school fees, today it has risen up. It's not the same way they used to.
Yes.
And if you're working, you're being taxed very high and unreasonable amounts, which when you calculate or when you sum up, it is a lot. And so this is what that drove them, because the high cost of living is a major issue. It is a major concern to everyone, and so that's why they decided to do a documentary. And they went out. They talked to several people. This included the mama bogas. This included the students.
Yeah.
And do you know they actually reached out to to an economic expert.
Wow.
And also they got to really know from the government perspective on how they have done, or what it is that they have done so far.
Yes.
Since the new regime took in office.
Yeah.
And the economic experts said a lot of things, and it just summed up, because they took the matter from the government perspective and from the common mwananchi's perspective, and they summed up to a very good documentary, which I must say. And I just commend them for the good work that they did.
I salute all of you.
And they called it, the documentary was called Bearing the Burden, and so it was just really an eye-opening that just delves into the harsh realities which the Kenyans are facing due to the soaring high cost of living in the country.
Oh, okay. So now probably they would give us your comments, the comments that they're trying to say on what. Take us through the whole process from the conception to now having the final project come to life. How was it, and what are they saying there?
From one of the camera personnel, I can see he says that for them it was somehow challenging, but at the same time it was enjoyable. For me, I was wondering, it's enjoyable doing a documentary about the high cost of living. Okay, probably we'll get to see, or probably when they launch their documentary, we are going to see.
We can't wait.
Yeah, what they had or what they did.
Yeah.
The guy was a camera operator, and he said that he took various roles. Because he was also part of the editing team.
Yeah.
And he says for him, first of all, he had to make sure that all the shots that were created were in line with the director's requests, and checking that the camera is set up properly, and he had to juggle between framing the right framing stills and the moving shots, and he also needed to know how to use the video stabilizer, which is a system that automatically regulates the camera vibrations. And I understand they also did a blog, which is something good. I'll just look up for that website and share with you the listeners at Shine FM and see the kind of stories, because it's still in line with their theme topic about on the documentary, still on high cost of living, and they had a lot to write about in different areas in terms of entertainment, because we have seen artists crying, we have seen artists saying this and that, because
they're also feeling the pinch. Sure,
and even in terms of politics, we have seen politicians, they're really talking about the state of the economy. We have seen in terms of sports, because it cuts across everyone. Even in farming, it just cuts.
All sectors are affected for sure. So now let's thank you very much for sharing on how they walked this amazing journey, and let's get into the nitty-gritties of this aesthetics, the artistic essence that makes a documentary not just informative but visually captivating. I'm curious about the technical aspects that they went around through while doing this documentary. So how did they interconnect the documentary with aesthetic elements such as the light, there's the sound, we hear there's motion, there's time to convey the mood and emotions in your shots? Perhaps they should take us through that. We want to understand the aesthetic elements.
Because these are very important elements. If, for example, you're doing a video, even the ones that we normally do for our social media platforms, the Facebook, the TikTok ones, light is very important, and you have to play around with the right lights, because there are three main source of light for any video production. That is the kill light, the fill light, and the
chiaroscuro over here.
There's so many different types of lighting that I can say and I can testify that they really played it well to that video. The sound that they used, they really did a good job. It matches well with the documentary, because the type of sound or the kind of music that you want to use for any kind of production, make sure it engages the listener or the viewer to get that emotion, whether it's a sad reality, whether it's a happy moment. The sound must speak in terms of that production that you're doing. And the other thing, in terms of color, something colorful is always brightening up, something colorful. It just rejuvenates you as a person, even if it's a sad story that you're telling. If you just play around with the right colors, it may just even brighten up the story that you're telling us. If, for example, it's a sad one. And for them, they really did a good job in terms of the aesthetics, the elements. They really considered on what it is that you have to do for a production to be successful, and to the level. For it to reach to a level where they can launch it, then it means they did something good. The type of shots that they were going to use, for example, for the interviewees, they were long shots, they were the medium length, so they really tried their best to ensure that all this, or whatever it is that they have learned so far, their skills, they just put it into practice.
Oh, that's good. So now we will take a short break as we come back to indulge more on the documentary and what this journey took.
Okay.
Father God, only bless now my dead. My God, the many send their angels. This was the company. Nikki Lala when a company. Nikki Lala Jamkan when a company. So God, they make me give away. 2020 now my head. I just wanna bless somebody. I just wanna bless my mama. Oh. So God, they make me give away. 2020 now my head. I just wanna give up through day and night. Oh. Pray up, Papa. God, boy, I open
Thank you very much. We're back. And this session now on the second segment, now Esther will take us through the second segment, and we have a shout out to Valu's in the house, in the building, in the studio. Karibu sana Val.
Karibu sana Val.
Hello. Thank you for
Hello,
joining us. She's
guys.
part of the cast. We are very fine. How are you?
Yeah.
Fine, how are you? Nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you
nice to
too.
see you too. How you doing?
I'm great.
Karibu sana to Shine FM.
Thank you.
So,
Welcome.
briefly, just take us through what your full names are, and your views on the high cost of living, and for this team that they did the production, if you were part of it,
Which you were part of.
Yeah, tell us how it was for you, how the production process was, and the role that you took in part of the production.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vanessa Akos, a student at Daystar University. One of the students that actually brought the documentary of the high cost of living to life. And my role was the script writer. So basically what a script writer does is they give a general overview of how the documentary will run. So we are responsible for giving that storyline, how the narrative is organized. And my view about the high cost of living while running this interview and really making this documentary to come to life is that Kenyans are really feeling the burden, really. And I'm a Kenyan and I'm feeling the burden as well. Oh no, it's hard.
It is.
Especially if you're a young Kenyan and you're trying to get your way through life and everything, taxes, and you're trying to survive, you don't have a job,
You want to
just
start a
family. We are even scared to start families, yo. We are really scared.
Yeah,
It's that
it's
bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And for the life of a student, can you say like it has affected you in one way or another, or for you're comfortable because the parents are doing the thing, they're paying the bills, they're sorting out the school fees.
You know, human needs are insatiable. Whether the parents are giving, it's never enough. You need more and more. So it's really hit us hard, especially the fact that our parents' salaries zimebaki hapo hapo, so hata allowance space abaki tu hapo hapo.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
And for you guys in terms of the production process, can you say that you experienced any challenges? Because I was trying to look at this documentary and I can say you did a good job.
Yeah.
It is well and
Very commendable.
you guys, you took your time.
Yeah.
And good job for doing the scripting and ensuring that the crew on location did follow up to the latter, the script. And I just wanted to know whether you guys experienced any challenges, considering you took a very crucial topic and doing this documentary as students.
So generally, if I'm to talk about challenges, that would involve just going to those grassroots communities like Kibra and like the slum area is really a place that very many people look at it as you're risking your life to go to the slum because people just know this person is not from the wood.
Yeah.
So it was a struggle, yes, especially when you talk to people and they expect that you're people from the media and they'd want you to give them something for information in return. But generally for us students working together as a team, I think the greatest challenge was just timelines because we are working students and learning students. So we had to really sacrifice a lot to put this to order. But we're just grateful that everybody was in there to sacrifice and that's why we're able to come up with this great documentary.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Good job, guys, for the work you did. And so my host Deborah, I think we're just going to give them a snippet of what they should expect in that documentary.
Yeah, for sure.
And we are just going to play something kidogo for you guys to listen in and
to have a feel of what you're expecting.
Yeah, because they are yet to launch
to
launch the documentary.
Kenya was one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. 5 years later, visible results of an already struggling economy paints the picture of the nation state with additional levies. The cost of healthcare and basic commodities such as food and fuel are consistently on the rise, burdening mwananchi wa kawaida.
Katiba ama uchumi, tumetengeneza manifesto, mpango ya kubadilisha uchumi wa Kenya, na tumesema tunaanza kubadilisha uchumi kwa kupunguza gharama ya maisha.
Motorists in the country have been spared more pain at the pump after the Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority, IPRA, retained fuel prices for super petrol in its latest review.
Think about the situation of Kenya's economy currently, is that the economy is not well.
Well, isn't the government the one raising the prices?
Like these orange, I was selling 3 for 100. I think that is selling. But now I'm selling 50.
Could this be the root to our problem? Kenyans, especially those from low-income households, have been the hardest hit by this crisis. People have to work twice or even thrice as much to provide for themselves and families. The youth, who account for the country's highest populations, are at the forefront of survival for the fittest.
Wow. That documentary, I can tell you guys, it's on fire. It's on fire. And you have to watch out and look out for it. And like I promised earlier, their website for their blog, because they did also some article writing, and it's www. Let me just get that right. I don't want to give out the wrong information to people, and it's www. Let me get it right from their flyers, because it's already out, and also from their promo, and it's www.expressliving. Not express, costoflivingkenya.co.ke. I'll repeat that. It's www.costoflivingkenya.co.ke. That's where you can get to read their blogs and get to know more in terms of writing, what they think about the whole topic, because it just cuts various topics like entertainment, like politics, in what they were talking about. And so we are almost winding up, and from our guest who joined us in studio, Valerie, yes. And I would like to know, or what is it that you can share, any eye-opening experience or moments that really stood out just for you as an individual while working on that project?
I think for me, the challenges that I experienced, I took them positively, and for me, they're going to build up my work from right here. The knowledge that I got from class is the knowledge that I got to actually put into my work. And for me, that's an eye-opening experience, because it's something that I couldn't get from any other place, with the fact that I'm working with experts in the editing realm and experts in the media realm. I think this was really a big privilege for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also understood you have a Facebook page, which was shared to us, and it's called Media Enthusiast Corner. You can visit that page and like, comment.
Yes, please.
You can share.
We urge you to support
the team for the good job that.
Yes. We invite all of you for the virtual screening. Come there and follow us and follow them. Yes.
Yeah. And so one last question at my dearest Valerie, what impact do you hope that your documentary will have to the audience or the society in general? Do you hope to, like, you've impacted someone? Have you opened an eye to anyone? Is it the government or the people in place? What sort of impact or what sort of hope do you guys hope to achieve through this documentary?
What we'd hope to achieve is just drive the message to Kenyans that it's everybody who's going through this crisis. It's just not you as an individual. Just because everybody won't go around talking about it, it's actually the reality on the ground. And we'd wanted to reach out to the government, especially the president, who's in control of it all. He's at the center of it all. Every time Kenyans want change to be taken or to be made, we usually cry to the president because we believe that he has the power. We've seen the cost of fuel falling, but imeshuka tu na 2 bob, na ilipanda na 50 bob. So I think we still have a long way to go. Probably you just have economists look at how the economy for us is and how they can adjust it for us so that tusikae pia tunateseka sana.
Sure. And just one thing, okay, because I believe you people, you have made a connection or you have even become friends through this process, the documentary process, and probably you might not work on a similar project altogether. But what I know is that you've created a good rapport and bond with the rest of the crew members. And finally, just a comment or a takeaway from the class that will just equip you people in terms of your careers while going forward.
Oh, I'm coming out of this class. I'm an expert. Somebody should just hire me already, you know, to edit those documentaries for you. I am here. I am here. I'm just looking for money with my expertise. So I think it's really equipped me in a good way, and I feel it's the same for everybody as well.
If you're looking for camera people, the script writers,
they're very capable people.
They're very capable. You are looking for a DOP, you are looking for a continuity manager, for
all those sorts of people. And on that note, now we again encourage you. Please, we ask everyone, we invite all of you to check their website where they've been writing their blogs and to follow up on these stories that are on the theme of the cost of living of Kenya. So the website is again www.costoflivingkenya.co.ke. I repeat that again, www.costoflivingkenya.co.ke. And you can also find them on their Facebook page, which is Media Enthusiast Corner. Please, I ask everyone, tell a friend to tell a friend to call in on those pages, to come to follow those pages and see what this amazing team is doing.
And most greatly, they should just come for our screening, which will be
Tell us more. Sell yourself here.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be big because we've really put in the work. So we want you guys to come out here and support us and see how great of our work we have done. And appreciate our efforts. Just tuning in on that day and just looking at how the documentary unfolds. You've just gotten a snippet right here, but we're going to give you the big thing.
So I understand it's going to happen next week.
Somewhere next week
will you post it like on your Facebook pages? Where
we will popularize it, and that's why we have given you our Facebook handles again, so that you can get the links right
Media Enthusiast Corner.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's a wrap, folks. Huge thanks to our incredible media students for joining us today and for their impactful work on the High Cost of Living documentary, which we ask you to please follow again their page. They'll be setting the dates for the launch. And we leave you with a snippet of the documentary. But before then, to our listeners, thank you for tuning in here on Shine FM 99.9. Until next time, I've been your captain for the ship, Deborah.
And I've been her co-host, Esther Interbo. Thank you guys for tuning in, and lots of love to you guys.
Lots of love. Cheers.
Bye.
And the reality.
Miaka ya kitambo, when you're starting, lazima kukuwe na ka challenge because una customers by then.